Okay, so hopefully you remember to save what we had done last time. We were at this stage where he had refined the edge of an image. We had created a couple layers. We used our magic wand tool to select an area of one image and delete that information so we could see the layer below it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to bring in another image into this document. Okay, so I'm going to, one, make sure my view is seeing the whole image. Two, make sure I've deselected so I have no selected images. I know which layers I'm in. Okay, and I'm going to actually then create another image. To do this, well, first I'm also going to select on my move tool because I always like to have that be the default tool that I go to so I don't accidentally select things or erase things or whatever. I'm going to come down to photo booth and I'm going to take a picture of myself as if I was buried in the sand. So here I am. Hello. Okay, and if I'm buried in the sand, I'm like, buried in the sand. Okay, so to take a picture in photo booth, you just click on you know what, the light is a little bit bright up there, but so for purposes of this, I'm going to click on the photo camera, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's my picture. It is a little bright up here, so you can see my whole head. Okay, here I am, buried in the sand. Let me try that again. 3, 2. Okay, so now I have a picture of myself, and I want to move this image to another place. So I'm going to click on it. Here's that image, and I'm going to go to File, Export, and I'm going to put it into my Documents folder. Actually, click up here, my Documents folder, into my folder inside that Desert Project folder that we collected. And I can just name it Face. It's fine. Okay, so now save. You could also, if you really can't handle taking a picture of yourself, which I think is really fun, and I encourage you to do, you can go to the internet. And if you go to Google Chrome and you find your least favorite celebrity, so if I type in Justin Bieber, okay, I could find a picture of a celebrity. I'm going to click on Images, and now I have a picture of somebody else I could bury in the sand. But we have to be concerned about the resolution. If you roll over an image, you'll see that this says 955 by 535, and that means the amount of pixels in this image. Okay, you can see this one has many more pixels, 29126 by 2080 pixels. Okay, to try to get the highest resolution image we can, sometimes I like to come up here where it says Settings, click that, go to Advanced Search, and right here where it says Image Size, rather than any size, I'm going to click on one that says larger than 1024 by 768. Okay, so this will give me a lot of pixel ratio to deal with, okay, as it relates to the resolution that we have for our image. Okay, so I click that, I scroll down, I click Advanced Search, and then what will happen is now when you look at the different images, they're a lot larger. Okay, so I can find an image of Justin Bieber that I'm going to bury in the sand. I don't know. They all look terrible, right? No, I shouldn't say that. Some of you might like Justin Bieber. So I'm just going to click, this is fine. Okay, I hit Control, click, Save Image As, and I can give it a name. And I'm going to save it to my Documents, Megan Desert Project, save. Okay, so I have some images that I can work with. Coming back to Photoshop, File, Open, and I'm going to open up my face, okay? And if you wanted to open up the other celebrity that you saved, that would work just fine. Okay, so last time we learned how to select by using Command A to select the entire image, and if I could copy and paste this in, you'd see I'd select the entire image, but I don't want that. I want a portion of only a part of this, just my head right here and my neck. Okay, if I use the Magic Wand tool, which is the other selection tool, and I click, you can see that it selects areas of like color. It's not really the right tool to use for this. Okay, so the right tool to use for this is what we call the lasso tool. So if you click up here again, if you click and hold, you'll see that there's a lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. Okay, we're going to be working with the polygonal lasso tool. So click that one, and if you have any area selected, just hit Command D. So you've deselected. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I want to trace around the outside edge, almost like if you've ever done a collage and you're cutting out portion of what to paste into something else. That's essentially what we're doing. Because this is zoomed out a little bit, I'm going to actually, before using my polygonal lasso tool, I'm going to use my zoom tool. Just zoom in a little bit closer. That might be too far, so I can hold the Option key down so it says minus. Go back at one. That'll work. Okay, I'm going to click my polygonal lasso tool. I'm going to move it over so just the little teeny tip of that little squiggle at the end is touching the very outside edge of my face where the background meets it. And I'm going to click once. What this does is it sets a little like spider web on that point. And the way that the tool works is that you move your mouse over, spreading that line out, and you're trying to create a line that matches the contour or the outer edge of the object that you're trying to trace. So I click again, click, and it set a point. Now you can see the line there. If I move it over, click again, and I can slowly click around the outside edge. If I click too fast, it double clicks and that's not good, and you have to start over again. Command D. So set, click on the edge. If you don't click enough clicks and you cut off a portion of it, that's not good either. So I can always hit delete and go back in steps as well. Okay, I can go delete all the way back to the beginning. So click, move it a little bit, click to trace that edge. So you're trying to match that edge as it goes all the way around. If I didn't like one, I edit undo. I'm trying to get right there. Oh, no, sorry, not edit undo, I hit delete. And that will delete that setting. So again, here I am, moving around, tracing, 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 tracing. Click, 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 click. You could probably speed through this portion of the video, but I'm just going to click, click, and make sure you get your neck. Okay, click, click, click. Okay, and make sure you get your beard if you have one. Okay, and it's a little more jagged, so I'm kind of, again, clicking in a little bit more jagged fashion. Oh, here's a good learning example. So I clicked too fast, and now I've selected this. Rather than deselecting, another thing that you can do is you can add to a selection using this tool too. So to do this, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and notice next to my polygonal lasso tool, there's a plus sign. Okay, so if I move to the inside of my selection here, hold down the Shift, click, it sets a little spider web again. Okay, and then I can move to the point where it was on the edge, where it kind of cut over and split it in half or whatever, and then I can just continue on from there, being careful to go a little bit slower. Okay, and then eventually, if I get all the way around and I come back to the beginning, you'll see a little circle on the end. And when I click that, it'll select that area, okay? But if you do it right, you should be able to select all the way around the outside edge back to the end and have it be a circle again to click that. So again, I can hold the Command key, I'm sorry, the Shift key down, click, and add to this selection some more, okay? You can also subtract from a selection, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's say I went like this, and I add too much information. Okay, let's keep going around here. Tracing, tracing, tracing. Right here, it doesn't matter so much because I'm coming all the way back around. Notice that there's that little circle. It'll show that I've met the end of my selection, and when I click, it'll select all of it. So see how right here on the eye, I don't want that selection, so I'm going to get rid of it. So if I hold the Option key down, there's a minus sign that comes on. So if I do that and I click, I set a point, I can come and sort of subtract away part of that selection. Okay, boom. All right, so that's the polygonal lasso tool. Now I've got an area selected. I can copy it, Command C, right? Edit copy. Okay, well, and then I'm going to come back to my main image, and then I can edit paste or Command V. And notice what it does is it creates a new layer on top of the existing layers that are there. Okay, so that is the lasso tool. Okay, so save your document, file, save, and I will show you another tool in the next lesson.